guys, this is Heather with Creativity by Heather BE. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a glittery, shimmery fall thankful card for you. So what I'm going to be using is the fall leaves. I believe they're called stitch leaves, from Fawn. I'm going to be using 3 different colors of Glitterstock from Brutus Monroe. And this is my little Glitterstock card sheet that kind of shows me what the colors look like, so I can take this and compare it if I don't want to pull out my glitter. So I'm using the Scarlet, Tangerine, and Mocha is what I'm using. I'm also going to use the Brown Butter cardstock from Brutus Monroe. This is such a gorgeous cardstock. It's a little bit kind of creamier than a regular brown, if that makes sense. So off camera, I used 3 of the large leaves and I die cut down the side of my panel. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to place each of the colors of cardstock behind each opening. This was such a simple card to make. It took me no time at all, and it's gorgeous. This would be a great card to give to like guests on on Thanksgiving, when they come for Thanksgiving, to give family or friends just as a fall card, a thanks card. This was so simple to make. And you could also make these in bulk, so you could do multiple at one time. So I'm adding the Scarlet behind that center leaf, and then I'm going to go in and I'm going to add the Mocha and the Tangerine as well. You'll saw my glitter stock kind of flew off there, and I just put it back on and set something heavy on it. So I wanted the cardstock to have kind of a distressed look, a weathered look. So what I did is I used my maple surface ink, and I'm just going to go around the edges, and I am going to try it on one of the leaf cutouts just to make sure. And this is a little tip: before you take any ink to your project like this, use it on a scrap paper the same color just to make sure that's the color that you want to use. So I'm just going around the edges using my ink blending tool, and I didn't want anything too overly dramatic. I just wanted to give it a little bit of depth and to kind of have that weathered look, almost like it was a piece of older paper. I am also going to go back in and go in around the leaves as well. And if I would have been thinking, if I make this card again, I would do it before I added the glitter stock. There you can see I kind of went around with the little ink dauber. So I think it would have worked better to go in before I put the glitter stock, but it worked out. So I took some twine and I wrapped it around the other side of the card because I needed to put my sentiment. I thought about just putting my sentiment down in the corner, but I wanted to add some extra interest. So I wrapped some twine, and then I'm using the Super Sentiments stamp set. And you see this stamp set in so many of my videos because it is so versatile, guys. If you are looking for a sentiment stamp that has just anything and everything you will need, this is the one. I'll have it linked below. So the sentiment that I'm using is Thankful for You, and I needed to find something that fit the theme but also would fit on that small leaf, and this was perfect. So when I'm putting the embossing ink on this, I will make sure that I put it very thick and I'm pushing down on it a lot because these leaves have stitching in them. And so I want to make sure that there aren't any areas where the embossing ink doesn't go, because then the embossing powder won't go there. And I didn't want gaps in my sentiment. And the embossing powder that I'm using is the embossing powder of the month, and this is still available as of recording, which is, I'll put the date down below. And it is called Coffee Grounds, and oh my goodness, it looks just like coffee. It is wonderful. It is a perfect fall color. And you can see here, I've got the packaging. Doesn't that look like ground coffee? It is so gorgeous. So I put that on my leaf, and then I'm going to heat set it, and it heat set beautifully. I was still a little concerned about the stitches in the leaf, and it ended up working out okay. So because of the small piece, I did use my tweezers, which is a little trick so you don't burn your hands. So there's the Thankful for You. Just such an awesome small little sentiment. I'm telling you, that stamp set is wonderful. So I'm going to attach that to my card, and at first I just put down the double-sided tape, and I am going to go back in and use some foam squares to kind of give that leaf a little bit more dimension, just lift it up off there a little bit. And I'll attach this to a card base, and that is the card. So simple, so gorgeous. Just an easy fall thank you card. Like I said, it'd be great to give out at Thanksgiving. So just very simple. And I wanted to show you that card making doesn't have to take a lot of time. It doesn't have to be really involved to make a beautiful card. So thanks for watching. Have a great day. And as always, all products will be linked below. And don't forget to subscribe and give a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Thank you.